get ready to kickstart your journey to wellness with the ultimate guide in town. Welcome to Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone. Join us as we journey through the realms of natural healing, where ancient wisdom meets modern science. Prepare to be inspired by stories of transformation and triumph. With Doc Stone as your guide, discover the power of holistic living and the joy of reclaiming your health. Prepare for a whirlwind adventure through the world of holistic wellness. From fitness freaks to spiritual gurus, we've got something for everyone. So grab your sneakers, your yoga mat, or just your sense of curiosity, and let's dive headfirst into a world of wellness wonders. Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone. Your path to a vibrant life starts now. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone on the Natural Health TV channel on the AeroStream TV network. I am Jeremy Doc Stone, your host, holistic health practitioner, health coach, and your friend when it comes to all things wellness. And I am sure happy to have you watching our show this evening. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that is a little bit maybe controversial to some. Maybe you've heard of cholesterol being the enemy in your life for heart disease, and we're going to talk about statins and really what kind of effect they have on your body and whether they're actually helping us to live longer and to avoid heart disease, cardiovascular disease, stroke, that kind of stuff. So just as always, this show is for educational purposes, entertainment only. We do not diagnose or treat disease. Please make sure that you consult with your licensed healthcare provider. Everything on here is based upon my knowledge, but it's my opinion. It's not the opinion of the network. And so I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands. Please make sure if you're suffering any kind of disease, check with your licensed healthcare practitioner. But I am here to educate and to share information and to help people to understand the differences between using possibly conventional medicine, which has its place, and I'm not against conventional medicine, but also using alternative and natural health methods that may have less side effects for you and may actually have better results for you. So tonight, I'm going to talk about statins. Statins quickly became, after they were introduced in about 1986, 1987, quickly rose in popularity and became the most prescribed medication in the pharmaceutical industry, and also became the highest selling. We here in the United States have spent trillions of dollars on statin medications. So I want to talk about a little bit about what a statin is and really if there's any kind of alternatives in the natural health space that we can use to help to achieve the same results that we're looking for when we do take a statin. So again, I'm not telling you to stop taking your medications. Please make sure that you consult with your licensed healthcare provider, but I do want to give you some information and maybe share some different thoughts, some things for you to think about, some things for you to talk to your healthcare provider about, and to determine whether or not you really need to be on those statins or if there's other options that you could take when it comes to statins. So basically, let's start out with what a statin is and why it's generally prescribed by your healthcare provider. So statins are a class of medication that are designed to help to lower the cholesterol that you have. Now, probably we need to understand a little bit about cholesterol. There is your total cholesterol. This is the combined number of all of your cholesterol in your blood is usually taken in a blood sample. There is your LDL cholesterol. This is oftentimes referred to as the bad cholesterol or the lousy cholesterol, right? This is the cholesterol that you really don't want to have a whole lot of necessarily floating around in your bloodstream, as it can build up in your arteries, which then can lead to heart attacks, strokes, cardiovascular disease all around. And then you have what's called HDL. This is your good cholesterol, oftentimes referred to, or you think of H as the happy cholesterol. So we want to have higher uh, HDL levels, we want to have lower LDL levels, and we want to keep our what's called total cholesterol levels, your TCL, at a low number. So if you've ever had any kind of an annual physical and you go to see your doctor and they do your lab test, it's very likely, especially if you are getting up in your 40s or 50s, or you suffer any kind of chronic disease or history of heart disease in your family, that you have your cholesterol testing done and you will get these numbers. And if you have a high LDL, or your high triglycerides or total cholesterol, then oftentimes your medical professional is going to talk to you about a few things. One, hopefully they're talking to you about diet and exercise. This is a great way to help to lower your cholesterol levels, to increase your happy cholesterol levels. But they're probably also likely going to talk to you about prescribing you on some type of statin. Now, common names for these medications are atorvastatin, simvastatin. So if you're on one of those and you didn't know, that is a statin and is designed to help to lower your cholesterol levels. So now I want you to understand that, first of all, cholesterol is not your enemy. Yet cholesterols are a part of every single cell in your body. In fact, it's necessary for your cell membranes. And so, cholesterol is not really a bad guy. You don't want to eliminate cholesterol. It regulates hormones. It's important for all of your different body functions, and it is necessary for the cells in your body to stay alive. So, cholesterol in and by itself is not a bad guy. It's not your enemy. So, I want you to understand that. It's having an excess amount of cholesterol that's not being metabolized in your body system, and therefore it's building up in your blood. Now, what does cholesterol do in your blood? Well, when you have inflammation in your arteries and your veins, cholesterol actually goes and accumulates there to try to help to stop the inflammation and protect your body. And therefore, you get a buildup, and then it narrows your arteries and makes it harder for your heart to pump. And it leads to heart attacks, cardiac arrest, strokes, those types of issues. So that's why we're concerned about cholesterol. Now, like I said, cholesterol is not necessarily the bad guy. Cholesterol is something that you have to have. So your medical practitioner concerned about the potential for heart risk, for stroke risk in your body, is going to probably prescribe you a statin, and these statins will then help to, in theory, to lower your cholesterol, and in theory, lower your risk of cardiovascular related death, and hopefully prolong your life. That's the reason why they're prescribed. They're prescribed to help to prevent heart disease, to help to extend your life by hopefully reducing the chance that you are going to die of a cardiovascular related disease. So that's why they're given out. Now, a lot of people, you'll see a lot of doctors, a lot of organizations say that we've had a big decrease in the amounts of deaths related to cardiovascular disease because of statins. Now, what I like to do is I like to actually go look at statistics and look at studies and see what kinds of claims really weigh out. And the fact is that when you look at the statistics of cardiovascular related diseases, heart attacks in the United States, they were on a steep decline starting in 1950. We began to see a steep decline in the amount of deaths related to heart disease. Now, the statins weren't introduced by the pharmaceutical company until about 1986, 1987. So in between 1950, before statins, and 1986, when statins were introduced, there was already a steep decline happening. Now, after the introduction of statins by the pharmaceutical companies out there, there was still a decline in heart-related disease, but interestingly enough, it actually didn't increase the steepness of the decline. It actually began from the introduction of statins until this time. It actually began to even out and now has sort of plateaued. Even though we have hundreds of millions of prescriptions for statins every year, we have the highest number that we've had, and more of the population is taking statins. This wonder medication has not led to a steeper increase in the decline of cardiovascular related death. So I find that kind of interesting that we're spending billions and then into the trillions of dollars since the introduction of this medication, and we are not seeing a significant decline since the introduction compared to what it was before the introduction of this medication. Now, statins, like I said, one of the most, if not the most prescribed medication out there. And yet, statins have a number of identified side effects as well. And I think that something I understand when it comes to uh, prescription medications is that oftentimes the thing is that we're trying to weigh out what's the lesser of two evils. So the side effects of the medication, which there's almost always side effects with a pharmaceutical medication, versus the intended effect of that medication. So we look at the different types of side effects related to statins. So, what are some of those? Some of the identified side effects are myopathy in the muscles, a lot of muscle pain. You'll get cramps. You will have tendinopathy, which is issues with your tendons in your body. Those are potential side effects. But another interesting side effect that I think is kind of important is that the it's been identified that a potential side effect of taking statins is the inhibiting the body's ability to to make what's called coenzyme Q10. It's shortened for CoQ10. Now, why is that important? Because CoQ10 is an important coenzyme in your body that your body creates for heart health. So I find it kind of ironic that we're prescribing a statin to help your heart health by lowering cholesterol, but it's also been identified that it inhibits your body's ability to create this coenzyme Q10, which is also important for your heart health. So there's a lot of supplements out there for CoQ10, and oftentimes with our clients, we do recommend coenzyme Q10 supplementation. So there is a risk factor that you need to take into effect, whether you decide or not that you want to use statins as a cholesterol issue. There's also a lot of times, people that have diabetes. A while back, the American Diabetes Association recommended that when people are diagnosed with diabetes, that they're put on statins prophylactically. What's that mean? That means to prevent you from getting high cholesterol. So even if you don't have high cholesterol, oftentimes these prescriptions are being put out in order to prevent you from getting cholesterol, because we know that with diabetes, one of the high risk factors of death is heart disease. So we're trying to prevent you from getting cholesterol. But the fact is, as mentioned, we're having a lot of other side effects with these statins. So then the question becomes, is there natural ways to reduce your cholesterol, to raise your happy cholesterol, your HDL, lower your LDL and your total cholesterol? Are there natural ways that don't have these same side effects as the statins? And the answer is, excitedly, yes, there are natural remedies out there to help to lower your cholesterol. Now, before we get in those, I do want to thank the sponsors of today's show, the Aerostream TV network, which is where you can find the Natural Health TV channel and this show. And if you are interested in having a show on the Aerostream TV network, then you can email Jeremy at yourlivestreamtv.com, Jeremy at yourlivestreamtv.com, and get more information about having a show on our network, which airs on Roku, Amazon Prime TV, Apple TV, online video on demand, is on Spotify and YouTube podcasts, and many, many more, including Twitch. So if you're interested, again, email Jeremy at yourlivestreamtv.com for more information on having a show on the Aerostream TV network. And today's show is also brought by Doc Stone's Natural Medicine and Wellness, where you can receive holistic practitioner coaching to help you to unleash the wellness in your life, including with functional medicine labs and expert coaching in how to improve your health and overcome chronic disease. So back to our talk on the natural remedies that are available. What are some natural remedies that you can use to possibly address your cholesterol levels? Well, you've probably heard a lot recently because of all the talk about weight loss and the pharmaceutical industry creating all of these weight loss medications. You may have heard of a thing called berberine. Berberine has had a slew of studies that are published. You can find them in the National Institutes of Health, PubMed, published studies showing the efficacy that is as good as, and oftentimes in some studies even higher than statins in reducing cholesterol. It is a natural compound, and there are a number of high quality brands. Now, if you're going to use berberine, I certainly recommend that you get a berberine supplement, not necessarily from your grocery store, but a berberine supplement that is high quality, high grade, doesn't have all kinds of fillers, and get them from a practitioner. Oftentimes, the highest quality supplements are only available through a practitioner. If you have questions, feel free to message and reach out, and I'll be happy to connect you with a high quality berberine. Now, you also want to find a berberine supplement that is combined with black pepper or bioperine, which is a compound from it, because it has a synergistic effect to make your berberine more effective. So not only is berberine effective in helping people to regulate blood sugar and to possibly lose weight, but berberine has been shown in studies to be effective in helping people to lower their cholesterol levels and to raise their HDL levels. So super good quality supplement for you to use. Now, one of the things that you also want to do is make sure that you are taking a good quality omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids supplement, and make sure that you're doing that as well. Studies have shown that that can also help to improve your cholesterol levels, including the healthy ones, and to also lower the unhealthy cholesterol as well. Another fantastic natural supplement that has been shown to have a huge effect on the cholesterol levels in your system is bergamot. That is a wonderful natural supplement as well. Now, other than supplementation, there's few other things that you can do. One, really watching your diet, making sure that you are trying to eliminate as much of the trans fat from your diet as possible. Increase your plant portion of your diet, vegetables, fruits. Make sure you're doing that. Oftentimes, people will find great success using the Mediterranean diet, and you can find more information about that diet online, obviously, or you're welcome to reach out, message us at Doc Stone's Natural Medicine. We'll be happy to give you as much information as we can to share with you. So we want you to have all of the information possible to you in order to unleash the wellness in your life. So those are some really good natural things that help with your cholesterol. Another important supplement that is important for your heart health and your cholesterol would be the supplement for quercetin, any type of polyphenols that you can add into your diet whether through your food or whether through supplementation, is going to have a positive effect on your heart health and your cholesterol level. So, we want you to have all of this information. So back to statins. Are they really all the hype? Are they worth the trillions of dollars that we have spent to buy these and to support the pharmaceutical companies? That to me is up in the air. If you look at the statistics, we are already seeing a great decline, as I mentioned, from 1950 until the time, and actually a steeper decline in heart disease from that time than since these statins came in. There's a lot of health side effects that have been identified using statins. So, again, I'm not telling you to stop taking statins if you're on them. I'm not trying to scare you away from taking them. I just want you to have all the information. Is there a better way? And I think that the thing with natural medicine, with complementary medicine, with alternative modalities, whatever you want to call it, integrative medicine, functional medicine. I think that the thing is to understand that when you visit your doctor, there's always two experts in the room: the doctor and you. The doctor is not the only expert. So I want our audience, I want you all to have the very best information. And then I want you to have the autonomy and the freedom to make the decision that you think is most important for your life. And in our practice, we use a number of modalities of natural alternative ways. And we strive to help people who are looking to get out of the pharmaceutical rat race, to get off that wheel, to address their chronic illnesses with natural modalities. And understanding that there are other ways is the first step for you in actually achieving the health that you want to have. So that is what the purpose of this show is to help to educate you. So I encourage you to do your research to find out, is this something that I can maybe address another way? And look at the research. If you have questions about any of these alternative ways or any of these herbs and supplements or whatnot that we use to help people to lower their cholesterol, that I've actually personally used to help my own health, feel free to message us or to email info@docstonesnaturalmedicine.com, info@docstonesnaturalmedicine.com, and I would be happy to give you any kind of information or to set up a time for us to meet. So that is today's shows, folks. I hope that was informational for you. I hope that you learned some stuff. And really just go out and do your research. Find out what it is that's going to work best for you. Because here's the thing that I've learned is that there is no universal right way. Everybody's different. Your health journey looks different than my health journey, looks different than your neighbor's health journey. And what worked for me isn't necessarily going to work for you, isn't going to necessarily work for the next person. And so, that's kind of the thing with holistic medicine, is that we look at you as the whole person. We look at you as an individual person. So I'm super, super happy. Thank you so much for watching today's show. I hope this was helpful. Leave us a comment, like, subscribe, help us get the word out. We're on all the major streaming networks and on your podcast network, Spotify and YouTube podcast. So if you could do me a real favor and just make sure that you are liking and subscribing, that help us get the word out of the natural ways to reach better health. I hope that you all have a fantastic week and be well. Thank you for watching Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone on the AeroStream TV network. The opinions expressed by the host and guests of this show are theirs and not the opinions of the network or our sponsors. None of the information shared on today's episode should be taken as medical advice. Statements have not been approved by the FDA or any other governmental authority. And if you're experiencing any kind of illness or wellness issue, you are encouraged to consult with your licensed healthcare practitioner. And we do appreciate you watching our show and look forward to seeing you on the next episode.